really am. I'm in a fight with myself. I have, as you know, I want to forgive all this hell that I've been through, but there's no closure, no ending to it. And at the same time, as I described it to a few people, if you picture my life as a circle, let's say, call it right the wheel, the circle of life, a circle. I've been praying for justice, fighting for justice, and I have not gotten any justice. If anything, I've been getting slammed. So, but I know God works in mysterious ways, and everything I've talked about to you guys, starting 5 years ago, day by day, there's justice on the outside of the circle, but it's vindicating my call for justice, and no matter what it is. I mean, let's just start way back in the very beginning when I applied to that game show on NBC with Howie Mandel, Deal or No Deal. They bugged my house, they bugged my truck, they mocked me naked in my own house, sexually harassed me, whatever you want to call it. It was humiliating, horrifying, and I almost ended my life before I left there if I didn't leave. So you have the stalking, the vandalism, people going in and out of my house, bugging my truck, then these weapons. Now, everything I've talked about, including surveillance items, I've warned you guys about the laptops. I got tape over the camera, your cell phones. I don't even have a cell phone because of that, the GPS tracking. All this stuff has come to fruition over time. Because everything I've talked about has happened right down to these perverts from Hollywood that invaded my life and took it upon themselves. Maybe they were just joking. I don't know. Maybe they were. Maybe they thought it was a big joke. But when they went into my ex-fiance's place and observed her 11-year-old child in her bedroom and bathroom, I don't know about if this joking thing is really joking. So I've talked about it many times. I've hammered away on Twitter, and here we go, right? What do we have? We have this Louis C.K., we have the Weinstein. I have an article about Weinstein and Reg's camera 3. But on the back of this article, just in case I don't get to it, because you guys know how the show rolls here, out of control. It's just me doing everything other than Reg in the back. But after a year of concerted effort, Weinstein's campaign to track and silence his accusers crumbled. Several of the women targeted, you guys know that phrase, however, said that Weinstein's use of private security agencies deepened the challenge of speaking out. It scared me, one woman said, because I knew what it meant to be threatened by Harvey. I was in fear of him finding me. McGowan said that the agencies and law firms enabled Weinstein's behavior. Law firms, right? So we got lawyers involved, obviously. As she was targeted, she felt a growing sense of paranoia. It was like the movie Gaslight, she told me. Everybody lied to me all the time. For the past year, she said, I've lived in a mirrored funhouse. Let me tell you something. That's in the New Yorker. I will get back to this article, but the point I'm getting at is this is what I went through right there. People lying, family, friends, neighbors, law enforcement in New Hampshire all lied to me, including very close people to me also lied. So many liars. And it just, this whole thing is running full circle with this. And, you know, I hate to do this, but then again, you know, one of my friends, I said, you know, I want to forgive Mandel. And he got really pissed at me, and he said he tried to put you in a box. And then I looked at him, and then he continued and said, in the ground. And I thought, you know what, you're right. And he still is. Who hit me with that weapon February 20th, 2 jolts? Zzz, zzz, 2 of them that blew out my colon. I don't need to get into the pictures. You guys know the hell I've been through out of work. You know the story with that. My question is, who financed that? Somebody's doing it and surveilling me, not for free. Somebody's paying the bill. Who's financing it? Is it the Hollywood creeps, or is it our own government doing it all by themselves, trying to protect their favorite Hollywood creeps? I don't know. My question is, if you research, I said this last show or the show before, if you research, Hollywood and the CIA have extraordinary tight connections. The producers, so you look at a Weinstein guy, if he wants to silence these people, I would, well, I might as well say this, I don't fear death, but I will bet my life on this, that these women and these journalists, anybody that was going to potentially blow the whistle on this piece of scum, I have a hunch they've been targeted with this type weaponry. And I also believe this weaponry is based out of California. Anytime the word California is mentioned, they ramp up the zaps on me, start zapping me in the calf. California, the calf, it's horrible. And I'm going to call it out right now. Mandel used to have a little patch of hair right here. Right here. These scumbags using these weapons will zap me right here, right here. If I look at Mandel, think of Mandel, or they want me to think of Mandel. And I notice he doesn't have that patch of grass on his lower lip, or whatever you want to call it, but it's brutal what they've been doing with this stuff. So I'm trying to stay calm here, and so far so good. But back to Mandel. And you know what? I wish these people would have stopped years ago. They know I'm a good person. They know my heart, but yet they continue to destroy me at every turn and breath I take. Back to this article. Howie Mandel and how politic correctness is killing comedy. We can't just be free. The veteran host and comic says the business isn't what it used to be. There used to be a safety net as far as saying, just joking. There's no such thing as just joking anymore. On September 20th, Howie Mandel will wrap up season 12 of America's Got Talent with a 2-part finale. He's just hoping he doesn't say anything off the cuff on live TV that will spark an outrage campaign like the season 10 bulimia joke that drew Twitter scorn. Even with the '1 show on television right now, Mandel says, I have a fear that I'll say something that will get me in trouble. The comic tells a Hollywood reporter while promoting his new documentary short. I don't even want to say the title because I'm apt to say something that I shouldn't say. And anyways, so he's at this event with the comedy, a theme echoed by at the festival by Louis C.K. that he's hanging out with, his buddy there, after his risky film generated some backlash. And he says, I have friends who are losing sponsorships, jobs are being taken away, Mandel adds. You're a comedian. There used to be a safety net as far as saying just joking. There's no such thing as just joking anymore. So, you guys tell me. What you heard for the last 5 years, does that sound like a joke? Is this just joking? Destroying people's lives? Being pedophiles and creeps watching hidden cameras in people's houses, watching an 11-year-old girl? Hello? Just joking. Okay, keep zapping me. Blood pressure's gonna go up a little more. That's all. I tell you what, I have fought the good fight. I've stared at death now so many times. I've been run off the road so many times. Not literally run off the road, attempts to run me off the road. You guys have heard it all. I've had metal objects 2 different times thrown at me at the windshield of my truck. This has been pure hell, and enough's enough is all I can say. Enough's enough.